Right, I'm gonna give you a quick rundown of my evilwm desktop. It's made up of obviously the window manager evilwm. That has a few tweaks. It has fittstool as a launcher. It has simpleswitcher to with a run dialog. It has it shows you what workspaces you're on and you can switch to them. It also has wmbubble because I need a clock, and CPU and memory come in handy as well. Okay, first things, fittstool. Fittstool is a launcher that's based on Fitt's law. Basically it's hotspots. So the four corners, top, bottom, left and right, are hotspots, and between those 8 zones you've got 72 different launchers. So for example, top left mouse button gives me rocks, file manager. Top center is a terminal, and you get the idea. You just point and click and that launches stuff. So once you've learnt the zones, it's very efficient. Now the only thing problem I have with evilwm and fittstool is by default when I send a window to the corner, it doesn't go there, it goes like that, and that covers the hotspot. So it can stop, you've got to move the window to make it blooming work, make the launcher work, which is a pain in the ass and sort of defeats the whole point. So I managed to get a gap around it. So when I send it around to the corners, it's restrained and it doesn't stop the launchers. Actually, I'll show you. Okay, we'll go to that one and that one. Okay, so this is the default setup in evilwm. Okay, you open a window. So there's your standard window just been opened. If I press X, it's going to maximize it, and you can toggle that with the X. If I press equals, it goes vertical. Okay, and if when it's vertical you press X, it will go horizontal. Okay. And of course you can still use the corner keys to move it up and down and all that. If I press equal, it will go maximized, and then I press X, it will go back to normal. So what I tend to do is use the corners and use the basic keys to position the windows so I don't have to resize. So I'll send it like that, or over there, or whatever. Now that's fantastic, because you've only got 2 keys and you've got 4 modes. Okay, well 7 keys if you count the corners, right? You've got X and equals and the 4 corners, so you've got 6 keys. Sorry. So on the modified version from yugecin, I've got it doubles it. So you get an extra key, the C key, and that gives you actually 12 modes. So I'll show you. So this one here, I'll send it to the corner. So I've pressed Y, and it's in the normal mode. If I press C, you can see, so it's in the normal mode. I press C, actually it's in that mode, C, it will go to maximized. Let's get that out of the way. It will go to maximized in the slave zone. Okay, so I'll send it over there. I'll press C. Okay, I know I can press C again and it will go from that mode to that mode, and you'll notice that it is still got the Y position but within the slave zone. Very handy. Okay, so I can press C to maximize it, equal to send it like that. You see what I mean? You could open another one, you could go B, you could go CC equal C, and you see what I mean? It starts getting very, very powerful. Okay, open another in CC. It's nice, you know. I can run something like so. Okay, and I can go and I can just brace it up. So basically that's how I basically use my windows. I use the right hand side with the gaps or the slave mode as small windows that are raised up, and then I have my master mode on the left hand monitor where I just go down the stack. Very simple, no resizing. I don't need to resize manually, you know, which is probably not great in evilwm. You know, it's all right, but it's definitely much easier to just use the 7 keys to toggle it around, toggle the windows around. Now, by default, the size of the windows and where they're placed can be constrained, so you can do some of that in evilwm in the config, or you can do it like me with things like xdotool. So for example, the xterm is set in my xresources file, so it opens a certain size. Where it's placed, it's by default. For example, if I open it, they open on the right hand side of the screen, on the right hand monitor, and that's set in my launcher. If I launch from fittstool, it launches, it runs xdotool with a position, and then it sticks it there. You can set the size as well. Yeah, so it makes it really quite nice. You can set stuff up. I don't know what I want to run in there. Let's have a look. C matrix, eh? You know, you can send it over, and then you can just go down the stack. It's just easy, and yeah, it's nice. Now the other thing, simpleswitcher. If I press F12, I can see everything that's running. I can see the desktop, okay, and I can just switch to it, so like so. If you press F11, it just shows what's currently running on this workspace. It's also got a run dialog, so I could like start general or something. Okay, but I tend to use wmbubble. So wmbubble has got. I want a clock. It's the one thing I really do want. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't even bother with wmbubble. But I want a clock, and it also comes with CPU and memory, so I can just look at it. On this old hardware, if I start a big application like a browser, it won't start instantly, and I can see straight away that it's starting to launch, so it's very handy. The other thing it does is if I left mouse button on it, I've got my first launcher as runner. That's very handy. It's also on fittstool, but never mind. And it's also got a calendar. Because I've set xdotool as the final application in my xinit RC, if I kill it, it also kills a session. So basically I just kill that, and that's me back to out of X, and yeah, session ended. Okay, I think, is there anything else I should show you? I should probably show you the memory. You can see that wmbubble uses just over 0.5 meg, simpleswitcher 0.5 meg, evilwm 0.5 meg, and fittstool 1/4 meg. So you can see you can have a whole functioning desktop environment with the desktop element using about 2 meg. That was ps_mem to show that. Admittedly, I think my memory usage, because my hardware and software is quite old, I think it's probably a little lower than some people get, but yeah, it's great. Runs, well, you can see it's snappy. Okay, that'll do then. Hope you enjoyed it.